If you want to keep up to date with all things Kingdom Hearts and this channel, then make sure to subscribe with notifications on. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy and welcome to another video on the channel. Today guys, we're going to be discussing more about Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory regarding its news and information. Today we have another interview to cover, but it's going to be summarized a little bit, so I won't be reading word for word questions and responses. More so I'll be reading like bullet points essentially. So we're going to be covering two articles today from KH Insider and KH13, links down below in the description as always. They summarize the interviews in very different ways and give us new information on both sides, so I'll be covering both of them simultaneously in this video. So we're going to go ahead and start with the KH Insider one. Melody of Memory is built with Unity, which ND0 used for Theatrhythm Final Fantasy All-Star Carnival. There are 20 plus playable characters in the game, which account for the 4 main teams and Disney characters. There are no costume changes available, and the characters will retain the same appearance they had during their respective adventures to reflect these past versions of themselves. That is pretty insane. 20 plus playable characters, huh? So I guess if that includes Disney characters, then that's pretty insane. 4 main teams, so that's obviously going to be the Destiny trio, I'd imagine, I hope, Sorodon and Goofy, the Days trio, and the Birth by Sleep trio. I'm going to imagine those are going to be the 4 main people. However, I don't know if Kyra is going to be playable in this game at all, but I would hope she's among the 20 playable characters. And this game is running on the Unity engine, which I do not believe Kingdom Hearts has ever used before, but ND0 are the people making this game, not the normal Kingdom Hearts team, so that makes sense. I wonder what Disney characters are playable. I'd assume Donald and Goofy are ones, obviously. Mickey's probably another one, but I can't think of Disney characters that would be playable beyond that. I mean, they're not going to pull people like Aladdin or Jack Sparrow like from this, are they? That would be interesting for sure though. 20 plus playable characters. I could think of about 12 off the top of my head. I guess we'll see how it goes, but that's a lot. That's a lot. There are close to 800 collectible cards depicting various illustrations and characters. That's really cool. Boss stages are limited and only appear at critical points in progression. Boss themes are not exclusive to these stages. Some are used in field battle, for example. Songs can be unlocked by progressing through the game, and once obtained, they will be available in other modes at any time. A few are only available through item synthesis, but it will be easy for players to access the entire playlist. Okay, that's really cool to know. That's a lot of content right there, and I'd expect you'd probably spend a lot of time grinding some of those collectible cards or getting some of them, because I'd imagine like a couple of those would probably be pretty hard to get. And knowing that you can synthesize songs is very interesting as well. I wonder how synthesis works in that game. I'm guessing you like collect unique items by constantly redoing missions, songs, maybe there's some sort of RNG element to it, or you just collect them outright based off of what score you get, and the score changes based off of what difficulty you're doing the song on, and then after that it works like how a normal synthesis would work. You have your items and you synthesize whatever you want to synthesize, which in this case would be the music, additional music. You cannot build your own team. The trios are all preset. That is kind of unfortunate. In PvP, players can use 10 different kinds of tracks against their opponents, such as HP change, trick drain, stealth enemy, phantom enemy, hide guide, hide enemy, etc. These cannot be countered, but the more proficient you become with the game, the faster you'll be able to fill your own gauge and retaliate. Near the end of the song, you'll be able to use 2 tricks at once to further sabotage your opponent. Additionally, there are no new worlds in Melody of Memory. When asked if the new story elements are playable, Nomura says not really, which I figure that's no surprise. It's a little unfortunate that the trios are all preset. Now, I kind of figured this based off of the trailer. I mean, I know I was fantasizing about being able to play as Xion and stuff, but I guess I'll be able to play as her still, just in a more indirect way. She won't be the front runner. She'll be the person on the side on pressing buttons, while Roxas is doing most of the work. But at least it's something. Probably the closest I'll ever get to playing as Xion. It's still really awesome that there's 20 plus playable characters in general. 20 plus, so that's pretty insane. No new worlds in Melody of Memory should not come as a surprise to anyone, and the PvP mode sounds like it could be a lot of fun. I'm definitely gonna try to set up maybe some sort of tournament, or maybe just set up some like little viewer streams where we can fight each other in Melody of Memory or play against each other in Melody of Memory, because that sounds like it could be a ton of fun. Masanobu Suzu explained a bit of the controls for the PS4 version, L1 and R1, and the attack button to control the team members, the X button to jump with the option to slide if it is held. The triangle button will use available abilities. The jump button is bound to the leader character, and the L1 and R1 buttons control the other two team members. By pressing the attack button of each character at the same time, it is possible to make them attack simultaneously. Lastly, Game Cult asked Nomura if he is already planning to release the game on next-gen systems, as the release date for Melody of Memory is close to the PlayStation 5's and Xbox Series X release windows. As for now, knowing the interview was made on August 26, we don't even have a development kit, Nomura says, prompting a laugh from Hazama. So we don't know if Melody of Memory is going to be on PS5 or Xbox Series X, but I'd imagine it would be potentially via backwards compatibility at the least, but more than likely a port in some way, shape, or form. But I don't think we have much to worry about when it comes to Melody of Memory coming to PS5. Same with Kingdom Hearts 3. However, though, due to Square's history, I can understand the concern for it, because they did release Kingdom Hearts 2.5 well after the PS4 had come out exclusively for PS3. But luckily, they did eventually end up porting all of them to, you know, the PS4, which is pretty awesome, and I hope they do the same for PS5. Though I'm not going to make the mistake I did when I was a kid. I'm not throwing away my PS3 this time. I'm keeping my PS4. This thing is never going away, ever, ever, ever. I very, very much so regret throwing away my PS3 to get a PS4. Never making that mistake again. Anyways, though, that is about it for everything that was covered in these interviews. Shout out to the people that translate these interviews and summarize them and give us the news on KH13 and KH Insider. Shout out to Orpheus Joshua, and shout out to Cecily on KH Insider. You guys put in a lot of work to make this stuff happen and bring news to the community, and I really appreciate you guys for that. We all really appreciate you guys for that. But that's going to be about it for today's video, though. But I'm pretty surprised that Melody of Memory is going to have this much content. I mean, Kingdom Hearts is like well known for its music, so I'd imagine for a rhythm game they would go all out for it. But man, they seem like they're doing a lot more than I even figured. Like, I'm very surprised by 20 plus playable characters. That's pretty insane, and we've only gotten revealed about half of them. So I don't know, maybe the other characters are like organization members or something. Maybe we get to play as the villains. Maybe we get to play as Xemnas or Xehanort or Vanitas and stuff. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? I don't know though. I'm still pretty hyped for this game though. The story of it's going to be very interesting, even if it's like a minimal amount. The game is going to be pretty short, but this game seems like it's going to have a ton of replay value, so it's probably going to be one of those games that's going to be pretty hard to 100%. I might make a more controversial video coming soon, because the topic that keeps getting brought up is if this game is worth $60, and I kind of want to give my 2 cents on that. That's probably going to be a video later in the week, and if you want to stay tuned for that, then you already know what to do. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to be notified about future videos that are coming to the channel, then be sure to hit that red little subscribe button down below along with the bell icon so you never miss another upload. But thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, you guys.